Okay. Okay. Sorry for that. My microphone over here, it cut out. And because it cut out, you couldn't hear what I was saying. But I think I was talking about the special teams. So I was talking about, and before I get out of here, right? Before the special teams, what I was talking about was about Richard Hightower. We start the game off with a return, for a touchdown. Already getting behind the eight ball because your special teams coordinator has terrible, you know, coverage, and that's under his unit to start the game. Under his unit, they go and give up a touchdown on the first play of the game because one, your kicker won't kick out of the back of the end zone. Conveniently, he did on the last drive for the Bengals offense. And then on top of it, your kickoff coverage is just atrocious. It's terrible. Absolutely terrible. This is a dude that was left over by the Eberflus squad. I don't know why they decided to bring dude back, but they brought him back. And I don't like it. Honestly, he needs to pack his bags and he needs to be given the pink slip and he needs to be told, you're not coming back. We'll get an interim guy. But I hope they make the change. If it's not this year, I hope it's next year. And I hope they tell him, you're not good enough, buddy. Goodbye. His unit is terrible. His unit's terrible. It's bad enough the defense is bad. But then giving them the offense good field position, it doesn't help. Richard Hightower needs to be fired. And then what I was saying is Cairo Santos. Cairo Santos, man. It's time. It's time. I'm done with Cairo Santos. He can kick rocks. The dude legitimately sucks. Since missing that field goal short of Baltimore, he has missed basically 3 straight kicks after that. He made the 1 field goal in this game, but after that, he missed another field goal, wide left, shanked it. Thank God for an offsides penalty. Gave the Bears the ball back. And then he shanked it again to end the half. And again, I if you listen to my halftime, I blame Caleb Williams for just not taking the check down there on that 2-minute period and getting it closer and whatever. Cairo Santos, and then at the same time, he couldn't kick it out of the back of the end zone. It's time we cut Cairo Santos loose. It's clear. It's already gotten in his head that he's missed kicks. And I bet you if he's got any clue to the ground or any ears out in public, he knows Chicago Bears fans want him gone, and they know they're clamoring for Jake Moody. I can live with Jake Moody's missed kicks, but I can't have a noodle leg kicker on the team. Look, I don't know if the Bears are going to move on from Cairo Santos this upcoming week. I don't know if they are. They should. They should cut Cairo Santos, because it shows that, hey, this dude's a captain, and his play was not good enough. So you know what we're going to do? Give the guy an opportunity, Jake Moody. And you give the job to Jake Moody and say, hey, man, don't do what Cairo was doing. Don't miss kicks. Make your field goals. But we'll see. But honestly, I could perfectly see it. If they don't cut him this year, Cairo Santos is going to be gone by next year. He's not going to be on this team next year. Because I don't think Ben Johnson is going to afford to want to have a kicker that has missed kicks already, and he just can't do what he's asked of doing. He can't kick out of the back of the end zone. Because that's what the Bears need to start doing. They need to kick it out of the back of the end zone. Shit. Have Torrey Taylor kick the ball. He is a stronger leg. And even on that kickoff return for the touchdown to start the game, Cairo Santos took a poor angle and had a piss-poor effort of making a piss-poor tackle. Didn't even want to attempt to make the tackle. That's going to stand out on film. That's going to get called up by Ben Johnson. You can't miss your kicks. You can't not kick it to the back of the end zone. At this point, that's what you need to do because apparently the contain unit is not fast enough to get down there. And then this is back to Richard Hightower. On the onside kick, typically, I've coached it, right? I've coached it. I coached football. I was our special teams coordinator. An onside kick celebration, right? We have specific teams for onside kick. You have your regular kickoff team, and then you have a hands team. And with the hands team, you basically put any of your best available hands dudes at the front line. And you tell them, hey, man, the moment you see that ball get to you, here's what you're going to do. The first two guys are probably blocking. The third guy, more than likely, you're not worried about the block. Try to secure it, especially if it's 10 yards short. But you better secure that football. But when I did special teams, I had my best pass catcher. Like, that's some receivers, that's some of your backup running backs, or your backup tight ends. I don't know why for an onside kick, you have J.J. Hardy, a defensive lineman on the hands team. He's more concerned about blocking instead of trying to recover the football. He inadvertently hits the football because he gets blocked back into the football. Now, the backline guy needs to read the fact the ball's not close, and he needs to go up and go get the ball. Don't just stand there and do nothing. Go up there and go get the ball, even if it is not past the distance. Because guess what? The last thing you need is one of your teammates touching the ball, and it's a free ball. Well, I don't know whoever the backline guy was behind Hardy and the other guy blocking, but they should have came up, got that onside kick, got down on it, and boom. Bengals don't get a chance to recover, and the game's over. But I don't know why J.J. Hardy, a defensive lineman, is on your hands team. Why are you putting him in that situation? A defensive lineman. That should be another tight end. That should be another receiver, like a backup receiver or something. Or, a sure-handed DB. But we got a defensive lineman on the front line of a hands team in a onside kick recovery thing. That's another issue with Richard Hightower. Why put him in that position? Why are you not telling your backline guy, even if it is kick short, you still go up there and you go get the ball? Whatever. The Bears found a way to win. I will take the W. The Bears are 5-3. They found a way to win when it looked like they were going to have a laughingstock win, when you missed a golden opportunity where the teams ahead of you and the Packers and the Lions ended up losing, but yet the Vikings ended up winning today. And you get my point. And luckily, thank goodness for Caleb and thank goodness for Colson Loveland breaking that tackle to be able to shore up the win and everything. Now the Bears, albeit, yes, they're third place in the division because Detroit holds the tiebreaker. They're technically tied for second place in the division. So you're still within reaching arc of the division. And next week, when I look at the schedule, you got a Giants team that is going to be coming into your building. A team that's going to be desperate to try to win a game. But a team that's coming into your building who is not a good football team. Not a good football team. That's a team that's practically given up. That Broncos game, it was basically it was basically our Hail Mary from last year. That Broncos game and the way they lost that game has affected them. Because the last 2 weeks they've come out and they've laid an egg and they've gotten blown out. Because after the Broncos game, they got blown out by the Eagles, and then they got blown out by the 49ers today. And that game wasn't even close. So next week is another opportunity. You have a bad football team that may be hungry for a win, but realistically, they've probably thrown in the towel. You've seen I've seen some of their feeds, some of their interviews with the players, like Dexter Lawrence and shit like that. They look like they don't give a frick, and they look like they're ready to go to Cancun. Jackson Dart today, I see him crying on the sidelines. Great emotion, but he crying on the sidelines again. They lost their heart and soul in Cam Scattaboo, and you see how much that affected them. So under any circumstance, you can't let the Giants come up in Soldier Field, have some sort of edge, and get confidence and think they have a chance. You got to do exactly what you need to do here. You score enough touchdowns to try to put the game out of reach early on, or make them have a chance to believe they have no chance to come back. The problem is the Bears, albeit they did it early on, and they took advantage of some opportunities. And especially late in the game, they had an opportunity where they could have put the game out of reach, but the Bengals never believed that. They kept believing they had a chance. You got to make sure you kill and have the opportunity to finish them off. So like in situations like 3rd and 16 like we had today, when you have to get them off the field, get them off the field. You cannot have Jackson Dart pass or run and pick up a 3rd and long. The defense has to do better, and they have to find ways to get off the field. And the crazy part is, it seems like the Giants going to next week are favored. Why? I have no clue, but okay. But see, that's what's going to happen next week. Another game where the Giants are a winnable game. They're a winnable game. And especially, you need to get this win before you got to go back into division play and play the Vikings. Because that's the game you need to go get your revenge on. So, if you can beat the Giants and go to 6-3, and you hope the Vikings lose next week, you got to go into Minnesota. Avenge that loss you had to Minnesota in Chicago and rectify that wrong. And you go out there and guess what? You're looking at 7-3 going to the Steelers game. So 2 very winnable games. Again, J.J. McCarthy started. It's clear, the Lions must have underestimated the Vikings, and they thought, this is gonna be a cakewalk. J.J. McCarthy, he nothing special. J.J. McCarthy didn't do much of anything special in that game today. So, again, the Bears got to do what the Bears need to do. Go out next week, beat a bad Giants team that is basically playing for nothing. They're playing like they're giving up on the season. And guess what? You can move to 6-3. You have a critical division matchup. But, hey, man, I'm proud of the Bears for finding a way to win. The Bears of last year don't do this. They find a way to lose this game, and then the offense comes out, they go 3-and-out, or they go 4-and-downs. Or 4-and-out. And they lose the game. But the Bears, they never quit. If there's one thing about this Bears team we've seen this year, they don't give up, and they believe that they have a chance to win. And it's one of those games, again, close. This game should have been over a long time ago before the final score it was. But they found another way to win, and that's what happens when you have these gritty wins earlier in the season where you're down and you find a way to win. These are the type of wins where they battle test you, so then when you are having a moment where you do blow the game, guess what? We're composed. We're okay. And if anything, for all the moments, Caleb Williams struggles in the middle of the game, there's one thing, again, you can make these case. He has these clutch moments where you believe, we have a chance. I don't think we have ever said this about any Chicago Bears quarterback in the past, where defense gives up a touchdown. We got to go down the field in 50-something seconds and get a touchdown or a field goal to win the game. And Caleb Williams is the one quarterback that I can 100% believe with confidence as of today, as of November 2nd. If we're in that situation, even if we do fail, right? I'm confident that Caleb can lead us down the field and go get us a touchdown. Because he's proved it last year. He's done this multiple times last year. We just didn't come through with those W's outside the Packer game last year. And he's done it multiple times this year. That shows you why he's drafted the way he was drafted. And again, like I said, I hope the people who were crying and complaining about Caleb Williams' play last week are shut up, because he certainly showed up this week. I hope the Chicago media see now. You know the Chicago media like, see, this is what we should have been seeing a long time ago. Ha 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 ha. Please, you put up too much expectations. Now I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna start tweeting. Where are the people that said we need to have the conversations about Caleb Williams? That's right. There is no conversations that need to be had. Let's give him the full year. Let's see what he's got to take, and let's see him, go up and down as he's learning Ben Johnson's offense. There is no, we need to have a conversation. Give it a year. Be patient. So I hope the love for Caleb Williams with the way he played today, with the exception of the end of the first half and the 2-minute period. Outside of that was probably the only negative thing, and then him running around the pocket like a stupid maniac. Those are the only other issues I have with Caleb Williams. Outside of that, he played a really good game today. And that helped because Ben Johnson ran the football today. So, yeah. Anyways, go watch the first half of the live stream. It's another whole live stream. Go watch the first half of that and then watch this to get my final thoughts. But the Bears win another game. We'll take it. I'm going to be watching Nightcap because Shannon Sharp is about to be roasting Ocho today. So the Bears find a way to win. We'll take it. I'm going to enjoy my Sunday. It makes up for me having to deal with the damn Dodgers winning yesterday, because I hated the fact that the Dodgers won. I'm an Angels fan, sadly. Blue Jays squandered that game. So in some cases, it made up for me having to sit there and watch the damn Dodgers win back-to-back again. So I'll take it. Anyways, I'm going to get out of it, guys. Have a great rest of your Sunday. Stay safe out there. And thank God for daylight savings time, because, frick, I got my hour back. Till then, guys, peace.